it out. I could see a layer of red brick, and I knew that on the other side of that layer was freedom. But after the new paint job, some of the deputies became a lot more prickly about any specks of dirt on the walls. Deputy Miller was a new deputy. He seemed to be really picky and prissy about anything being dusty or dirty. One day he came around early.
Inspection.
And the little 1-inch wide hole I'd just made and patched in was still kind of wet and had a bit of dust from the mortar on it. The deputy noticed that little spot and touched it. He had no idea that right beside that 1-inch spot was a loose block, with my digging and patching materials hidden inside.
Looks like someone's been digging here.
I don't know.
I was fighting to keep a straight face, and not show the panic I was feeling. Months of work for nothing. I felt like my heart was pounding out of my chest, and I was about to hyperventilate.
It'd be good if you get someone to fix it. I don't want to get blamed for it.
I get maintenance to come in and take a look.
This was on a Friday, and I knew that by Monday afternoon someone would come and look at that wall, and I'd be in the hole. That did not leave me enough time to get through the rest of the wall.
Deputy Miller said that it would appear that some of the mortar around some of the blocks had been tampered with. Not removed, but tampered with. And we put it down, we'd make out a work order, turn it into maintenance. It was placed in the jail log of the observation of the correction officer.
I'd spent months on this plan. And now I had 48 hours to pull off a completely different escape. Escaping during recreation was the only other choice I had. If I could get over the wall, then I could run to a spot on the roof where I could slide down to a lower section and follow my original escape route. But if I were to find a way to reach the top of the wall, the razor wire would be an obstruction, preventing me from being able to reach the fence behind it. I could use the metal slats to solve the problem. I had about 20 in my wall. I bent them into S shapes. I ripped up the sheets and braided rope, then attached the hooks to pieces of the rope. I'd use them to pin back the razor wire so it wouldn't snag me. I also braided a rope ladder that would hang from a hook from the fence with a band of newspaper to stiffen the steps. I needed a pole to hoist the ladder up. I used 4 3-foot sections of rolled up paper that could fit together into one long pole, about 12 foot long. On what would be the top section of the pole, I rigged an arm coming out off the tip of it, at an angle of about 120 degrees. All that night I stayed awake, knowing it was going to be risky with so many witnesses out there, and a camera and deputies that could spot me so easily. By Saturday morning, I had everything together, and I was ready for them to let us go to recreation. I put my red clothes on top of my blue clothes, and after lots of adjustments and tying stuff to my legs and torso, I was able to conceal my ladder, straps, and sections of the pole inside my clothes without it being too noticeable. Getting past the desk was the first step. I was hoping they wouldn't break their habit and search me.
Hey, what do you got there? You can't take anything into the yard.
I had to keep calm. This was my one chance. On Monday, they will discover what I've been doing, and they'll put me back in solitary, and I'll stay there until I get convicted. Now I was out in the rec yard, and this is where my big challenge began. Recreation was only 1 hour, and I knew if I got away, it would be in the first 10 minutes, while they were still busy with paperwork.